So I'm just here to do an introduction on the NextGen Drill, which I've been promising for a little while, and I've just found time to be able to do it. So apologies if it's a little bit later than expected. Obviously I'm doing this video to endorse the NextGen Drill. I'm going to tell you all the good things about it, and hopefully you agree if I explain it the way I want to explain it. The drill comes in two colours. You've got the dark grey one, which is really nice, and you've also got the nice silver one as well. I actually purchased more of the dark grey because I feel it's more of a popular colour than the silver, but I'm sure you'll agree they both look nice. You can see they've got the logo on the top. That is actually engraved, and this is actually made of aluminium rather than being plastic. So plastic obviously sometimes could feel a little bit cheap, and the aluminium, now because it's aluminium, it's a little bit more weighted. So there is a bit more weight to maybe a previous drill that you might have used. Don't think the weight is a problem, to be fair. You're not holding on to it whilst you're doing your work. You're generally going to be popping it down somewhere, whether that's on your domiciliary bag or even your lap or anything like that. Or if you work in a clinic, sometimes people use them. They're just going to have them on a work surface like that. If I turn it upside down, you can see it's got some little rubber pointers underneath it. So basically when you are putting it down, doesn't make much of a noise and it's nicely cushioned, whereas obviously if it was just an aluminium case going onto a work surface, probably wouldn't sound very nice. I'm just going to turn it up on its end. So that is where you put your handle piece in there. It's got a 3-pin adapter into there. Probably can't see that very well. I think it just picks it up on the camera. So it says F and R, so forward and reverse, and that is a knob just for turning the drill on and also for increasing the speed of the drill. So the speed of the drill goes up to a maximum of 40,000 revolutions per minute, which is quite high for a drill, and I'm going to go into why it's probably that high. And we're also going to discuss the torque as well. So I'll pop the silver one away. So when you get the drill, you are obviously going to get your handle piece with it. You're also going to get a charger as well, so that's a charger. So you're going to need a special adaptive plug, so a 3-pin plug as normal, but then it obviously needs it to then put the lead in underneath, a bit like what you would do charging up an iPhone. Can't speak for other brands, Androids, etc. But certainly for iPhones, a lot of people have those kind of plugs. So just plug it into there, one end, and then one end into your drill, which is just on the side there. That could be another little benefit as well, because a lot of people that have drills, when they get a new one, sometimes they use the old charger to charge up the new drill if they can, and then people might have problems with the drills when that happens. Just a little heads up, so when you buy the drill and it comes with the 3-pin adapter to go into the actual drill piece itself from the handle piece, you just have to give it some gentle encouragement, or a lot of encouragement, to go in. Okay, so don't be frightened to give it a good push till it goes in. And the good thing is there's not much need to pull it out. The handle piece is a brushless handle piece, so this technology is greater than some of the older ones. So the Melody series doesn't come with a brushless handle piece, hence why it's about £70. I don't think I touched on the price when I introduced the video, but this is priced at £190, and it competes really with another one which I'm going to run through, and it's far cheaper than another one that I'm going to run through as well. But the technology is in the handle pieces a lot for these drills these days. So this is a brushless motor, and a brushless motor pretty much means, because of the technology, it's going to be a lot quieter. There's going to be low vibration, and just generally there's no sound, and it doesn't generate any heat, unlike the other one that I'm going to show you as well. So you can see you've got the logo there on the drill handle piece as well. I know a lot of people are working with drills at the minute, but just to remind people, especially those that don't buy mobile drills or haven't had one before and buy one for the first time, you do have to twist it to open it up and also lock the bearing. Okay, so I'm going to play this now. Turn it up on its top just to show you. It's going to click. Pop it back down so you can see the screen, because I really like the screen. It's like a car dashboard display for those that know me. I like my cars. So there we go, just increasing the speed now. I'm going to go all the way up to 40, and then I'm just going to let you listen to it. If you can hear it, I'm sure the camera will pick up the noise it is making. So that's 40,000 revolutions per minute. That's on its highest speed, and you can't really hear much, can you? Okay, so we're going to come back to that, but now we're going to discuss torque. So I'm going to get another drill into the picture, so I'm just going to take that one away for now. I've covered up the brand of this drill. Some people may twig which brand it is anyway, but I just thought I'd cover it up because I'm not here to slate the drill. I'm just here to discuss all the facts about this drill. Now, this drill has been out for many, many years. Can't remember how many years, but it's been out for nearly 7 or 8 years now. This one did cost me, I think it cost me £270 at the time, but I believe they are now nearly £300. You can now buy a brushless motor with these drills, which is going to help. So it's going to be the same kind of handle piece as the one you've just seen on the NextGen ones. So it's got all the benefits of that. It's just that if you want the brushless motor with that drill, it's going to cost you about £350. There is also a newer version out of the drill I've just noticed today online, and that's £450. So there's a big difference between 190 and 350, or even 300 and 450 pounds, isn't there? So obviously you just heard the sound of the drill that I just had. So just compare it to one now that's not got a brushless motor. This one goes up to 30,000 revolutions, and I'm going all the way up to the top. I'm sure you can all agree there's a big difference between brushless motors and non-brushless motors, handle pieces anyway. So I'm bringing this one back now because I want to discuss torque with you. So torque is the power of the rotation of the drill handle piece. Torque is really important because if you have a drill that's higher in torque, it means you can use less speed. Because if you have a drill that's low in torque, you're going to have to use a higher speed. So this is why when I've got a lot of students on the course and we're using the clinical drills, which are by Birchtold, which are about £1,300, obviously there's a big difference. You're not just paying all that extra just for a suction drill. So the speeds that we use in clinic on the course, I always say to the students, listen, when you get a mobile drill, your speeds are going to have to be higher because you're not going to have good as torque. So when I'm saying to students, burring a big toenail, you know, have it on around 14,000 or higher, when you actually get one of these drills, you're probably going to be going a lot higher than 14,000. Because if you stick at those speeds, you're just not going to get through the thickened nail. So this drill is 5.8 Newton Centimetres of torque, and as we know, it goes up to 40,000 revolutions per minute. The thing is, or should I say the good thing is, that you're never ever going to be going up to 40,000 revolutions per minute. So if you're going to be nowhere near that, that means you're going to be putting less work on your drill. Whereas if a drill has less torque and you're having to go at much higher speeds and you're pushing the boundaries up towards its maximum, that means you're going to be working out at its maximum more often than not, which means it might have more wear and tear and it might break down on you. So there's one advantage. I'm going to switch this on to no higher than 5,000 revolutions. And I'm just going to show you the difference in torque. So what I'm going to do is, and I've got to be careful because I can burn my finger by doing this, is that I'm going to put my finger up against that to try and stop the rotation. Because remember, it's the torque, which is the power of the rotation, which if you've got good torque, I shouldn't be able to stop it, and that's only on 5,000 revolutions. So here we go. So very hard to stop that. I'll just burn my finger if I do. So I'm going to stop that, and then I'm going to bring the other one in, the more expensive drill. And we're going to do the same example on this one. I'm going to prove it's on 5,000 in a second. So this one only has, for such an expensive drill, apparently, according to the website, I can only go by the website, 2.9 Newton Centimetres of torque. And believe it or not, the newer one that they've got is saying even less torque. That is saying 2.4, which I find bemusing. There you go, that's on 0.5, so it's a fair test. I'm going to put my finger up against it. Just a little bit of light pressure is stopping it because it's low on torque. So that's why the NextGen drill is better. Point proven. Just to be fair, I'm going to bring in another drill as well. Again, not saying what brand it is. This one actually is higher in torque than the NextGen drill by 0.2 Newton Centimetre. So it's around 6 Newton Centimetres in torque, which is, the difference is next to nothing. The reasons why, I mean, I was looking at these drills originally until I came across the supply for the NextGen ones, because it had a brushless motor. But the downside to this drill is, again, it's plasticky quite a bit. And also the supplier, the manufacturer, would not sell spare parts. So if your drill stopped working, so your handle piece, for example, you had an issue with that, the manufacturers are going to force you to buy the whole set of the drill. So the main component and the handle piece, they're going to force you to do that. I think you can see the branding through that sticker anyway, unfortunately. So that was one downside. So that's a big rip-off and no-no in my book. So I just said to them, so you're going to force people then to buy a brand new drill for £190 and they can't buy a spare handle piece. That wasn't good at all. So that's another difference with the NextGen drill. That's why I decided to deal with the manufacturer. They were willing to supply spare handle pieces. So I'm going to do the same test on this one, just to show you. Again, oh, can only just stop it. Just stop with a bit of pressure on it. It's not easy, and I'm going to stop so I don't burn my finger anymore. So I hope what I've gone through there, that you can see that the NextGen drill, hopefully I've made it come across as sounding like and proving that it is a good drill and good value for its money at £190. I don't think I've left anything out other than just discussing the wire. So it comes on a coiled wire. Sometimes people, I've seen on some forums, that they don't like the coiled wires, and I understand why. I mean, generally the good thing about a coiled wire is that it's not going to get tangled up like one that's not coiled. When I was sampling the drill that I was sent, the lead, when it's totally extended, that coil wire was 1.5 meters, which is a kind of standard length. But when it's coiled, and if you've got that down on your work bag, toolbox or whatever, and then you're wanting to lift this to get some extension and get it over onto the feet, if there's any pull on this wire, it would then pull the box up. So then you've got the weight of the box when you're doing the treatment. So what I said to the manufacturer was that was a bit of an issue for me when I was trialing the drill. So we agreed that they would put in an extra length on the coiled wire. So it's 1.8 meters in total when it's extended. So that should avoid that problem. I think that's all I need to say about the drill. It comes with 1 year warranty. Don't think there's much more to say about it. Other than I just hope you think it's a good drill from what I've just said. And for those that buy it, you will not be disappointed. The only thing that I'll say that is quite strange from working with a drill like this is the fact that it has no sound to it. So when you've been used to working with a drill that's got sound, whatever you're using, so whether you're using a ceramic burr or using a sanding cap or Morse disc or anything like that, you are going to hear the sound of that product a lot more. And I know when I use sanding caps myself, it sounds like a wasp. Get that wasp kind of noise, which you're not used to, so it does sound a little bit weird. It's hard to get used to working with something that's got next to no sound to it. But it is available on the website www.fhpsupplies.co.uk for anyone that is interested in purchasing the drill. And I hope you enjoyed the video, found it a little bit educational at least. And that's it, finished. Thank you very much.